Oh, it won't be long before those air conditioners are cranking. Summer around the corner. Right now we're in spring, starting off cool this week.
It did. It started off chilly this morning. It's still pretty cool outside right now, but we've got a warming trend through the middle of the weekend. More rain chances, which certain corners of the state really need. It's been a haves and have-not scenarios over the last month in terms of rainfall. I mean, Will Rogers World Airport the past 30 days, just over 3 inches. Head out to El Reno, not even a quarter of an inch. And then down into southeast Oklahoma, some folks have seen a foot of rainfall. So we need the rain, and we fortunately do have a chance for rain on the 9-day, but it's kind of been dwindling a little bit for a lot of us here across Oklahoma. Weak system spinning east of the Rockies over the high plains in Colorado. That's going to bring in the chance for a few sprinkles in northern Oklahoma today. Other than that, state's pretty dry. We could see perhaps a sprinkle or two down in southeast Oklahoma as well through this evening, but overall about 90% of the state staying on the dry side. A front will come through overnight. That's going to chill things off into tomorrow morning as we clear out, and then cooler air kind of hangs out with us for the next several days until we get into, say, Thursday. That's when we're really going to notice the warm-up. 60s will return by Wednesday. Thursday, 70s, and by Thursday night, we're watching our next storm system. And notice, I say severe storms. This doesn't quite show it, though. There's going to be that lid on the atmosphere. The cap is here with this event. If we can't get storms to develop Thursday afternoon, we may not see anything until Friday in eastern Oklahoma, where this storm looks to really get some juice. Another weak system comes through on Sunday into Monday. Brief chance for a couple sprinkles then, and then we have to wait even farther into next week by Tuesday for our next system to pull through. We'll get some spring warmth out ahead of that, and perhaps some showers and thunderstorms to develop. But that one certainly not locked in, and even our Thursday, Friday event far from locked in. But we will have the energy. If the cap doesn't bust, then we won't see anything, but we will have enough of that low to moderate instability to see thunderstorms if we can get that dry line to fire off some storms Thursday afternoon. That will remain to be seen, but something to keep in mind and just keep an eye on. Very quiet on our roof cam, our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. You notice it looks a little dark out there. We do have a pretty solid deck of high, thin clouds over our heads. 46 degrees out at Will Rogers, though, so it is a chilly start to the afternoon, but we're trying to break into the 50s around the metro. 48 in Moore, Midwest City, and in Guthrie, nearly 50 degrees right now in Stillwater. Much cooler out to the west and northwest, still in the mid and even in some cases low 40s. Definitely a chilly air and a chilly northeast to east breeze is what we have, 6 to 15 miles per hour right now. And we're cold enough that it's giving a lot of us a wind chill. Feels like the low 40s here in central Oklahoma, low 40s and upper 30s to the west and to the northwest. As we continue through the afternoon, we will warm steadily. We'll call it comfortably cool, 56 in Oklahoma City and Enid. We'll push 60 in Stillwater this afternoon with plenty of 60s to the southwest, to the southeast, and then far southeast Oklahoma could be up into the low 70s today. Isolated sprinkle or shower across the north and south this afternoon and evening. Dry for a large swath of the state, though. Don't expect much in terms of rain totals from any of those showers. The weak front comes through overnight. North breeze, we chill off back into the mid-30s. In some cases, mid-20s possible up to the northwest. So some of us certainly colder tomorrow morning than others, and most of us chillier tomorrow afternoon. You notice those 60s and 70s to the south get replaced with 50s and low 60s. We'll still be in the mid-50s here in central Oklahoma and perhaps low 50s up to the northwest. So cool afternoon. The warming trend really returns, though, as we get into Wednesday. The south wind starts to sweep back in. 65 in Oklahoma City, 66 in Stillwater, so pretty close to our average. Some 70s possible to the northwest and in southwest Oklahoma. And with that warm air comes that moisture and brings us the chance for showers and thunderstorms by Thursday afternoon and evening. We're going to call it a low chance. You notice a lot of 20s and 30% for the afternoon and evening with a low storm threat. Large hail possible with any storms that would develop, damaging winds, a very low tornado threat with any of this, and that is if the cap breaks. Right now, pretty stout area of warmer and drier air over our heads. That's going to make it difficult for storms to fire unless that changes, and if storms develop, we'll continue a storm chance through Thursday night into Friday morning on the low end, and a better chance for rain and thunderstorms comes in Friday afternoon and evening, mainly into eastern Oklahoma, but we'll hold on to that low end storm threat here in central Oklahoma Friday before we dry things out. Heading into the weekend, hard to believe April Fool's Day is almost here, and it'll certainly feel like mid-spring for us. We'll be in the 60s, 70s, eventually 80s for the beginning of next week possible.